What is up, YouTube? Wonderful World of Odd here. Wearing my prison shirt today, black and white stripes. No, not to represent the Illuminati. It's my prison shirt because I live on a prison planet. I live on a people farm. They harvest humans on this existence that we live in, this illusion, this matrix. I got a picture of the Matrix right here from the movie The Matrix. And I want to discuss what is the Matrix. What is it? You know, reality is not what they tell us it is. I just find it uh, more than a coincidence that when we're in our mother's womb, there's amniotic fluid, and it's like we all are born with amnesia from where we came from, what our true existence is. It's a strange coincidence, but I don't really believe in coincidences. But anyway, so for me, being a Christian, I like to always go to the Bible to find truth. Where is truth? What is truth? Well, Christ says He is the truth, the way, and the life. But, even for people that might listen to this, um, I think this will be helpful for anybody that wants to step away from the system, step out of the system. I hope to give a little guidance here. But for me, I just want to look up what is the Matrix? What is it? What's the definition of it? Well, if I look at the Bible, this is Genesis chapter 20, verse 18. For the Lord had fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Ammon because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. Sorry, excuse me. So all the wombs. Well, I'm going to look up that word. I'm going to use Bible Gateway, and I believe this is Hebrew. And so the word wombs here, same verse, Genesis 20, verse 18. The word wombs is H7358. Like I said, I think it's Hebrew. I think that's what the H stands for. I'm not totally sure on that. Right here, womb actually means matrix. So from the moment we are conceived, when the second life is conceived in your mother's womb, you are now part of the matrix. No matter what happens to you after that, you are now part of the system. I like a lot of Jonathan Kleck's teachings. I don't know if anybody watches that channel, but he makes a good point of that we're all guilty. That we're all fallen angels. In other words, and no, we're not part of the club, but we're all guilty of something. Because why would an all-loving God make perfectly innocent souls go through a trial if because we're all born guilty? And it says in the Bible we're aliens, and we should sojourn with fear and reverence of the Lord. If we're born guilty, and I need to be reconciled to my Father, well, that means if I'm reconciled, by definition, I already knew my Father. I already had a close personal relationship. But this isn't so much about that. I mean, if you want to learn more about that, just go to the Jonathan Kleck's channel. I can leave a link. But I want to talk about the matrix itself and how I can overcome the matrix while I'm here. And yes, for us Christians, we accept Christ and we accept the sacrifice, and we will be redeemed. And by having a close relationship with Him, we can overcome a lot of trials in this lifetime. But I'll move this a bit while I'm talking. Hold on, just a second. But Christ says He is the truth, the way, and the life. So if I want to find truth and I'm really seeking out truth, He's going to expose to me truth no matter what it is. And I know this place we're living on, this realm we're living in, is controlled by an evil entity. You can call it archons, you can call it aliens, you can call it some other spiritual force. For us Christians, it's simple. It's Lucifer. It's Satan that's behind it. Satan and his legion of demons. But I want to talk about overcoming the system itself and stepping out of the system. See, there's no way I can beat the system. There's no way that I can overcome the system on my own power. I can't do it with legislation. You know, all the governments are ran by criminals. So how can I beat the legislation that's built into the system with more legislation? The system is built to protect itself. I can't beat it with the judicial system. We can't do it with violence. There's no way to overthrow the system. So how can I just myself, you know, overcome the system? And see, I don't want to be this guy right here. Let me see. I don't want to be this guy. Oh, I don't want to be that guy either, really. But I don't want to be this guy. See, because this is all divide and conquer. You know, Republican versus Democrat, black versus white, gay versus straight, poor versus rich. You know, Christian versus Muslim. We're all people, you know, and so how can we defeat this system while we're here? Just on a personal level in our own lives. The only way to do it is to let it go and walk away. Let it go and walk away from the system itself. Don't do anything that supports the system. So if you're called to vote. Don't be a part of the system. Get out of the tax system. Get out of anything that system means sewer. Get whatever, however the system has you trapped in whatever way, step out of the system. I mean, you can look at anything. All your holidays, all of them. So, it's Valentine's Day. This is the day to tell, you know, your other that you love them. Now it's 4th of July. It's time to be patriotic. And here comes Halloween. It's time, you know, this is a scary day. And it's Mother's Day. It's time to be nice to your mom on this day. And it's Christmas. Time to go spend all your money. And the more money you got, you know, the more you love your kids. And I don't want to be a part of a paper-based reality. The United States, it even says in its own laws or whatever that we are a corporation. I don't want to be a part of it. I am an individual. I want to step out of the system, and the only way to do it is to just walk away and to just let it go. Sorry, I didn't mean for this video to go this long, but we're gonna take some words of advice first from the Duke, who is Apollo Creed's trainer, and then we'll hear from him. So first, let's hear from the Duke.
I saw you beat that man like I never saw no man get beat before, and the man kept coming after you. We don't need that kind of man in our life. I know what you're feeling. Let it go. Let it go. You're the champ. Thank you. We don't need that kind of man in our life. I know what you're feeling. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You're the champ. Thank you.
All right. So now we're going to hear some very prophetic words from the man they call Humongous. And I think just everything he says is just right on key with this whole thing we're talking about. It's just awesome. But let's hear some words of advice from Humongous.
There has been too much violence, too much pain. None here without sin. But I have an honorable compromise. Just walk away. Give me the pump, the oil, the gasoline, and the whole compound, and I spare you lives. Just walk away. I will give you safe passage in the wasteland.
Couldn't say it better myself.
Just
man.
walk away,
Said,
and there will be an end to the horror.
just let it go. Just walk away. Peace out.